overview on the role of it, and dear Umit, take the stage.
Thank you very much, Diana. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank Diana for for her kind introduction, and Ivana, thank you very much for in a very detailed way mapping out what you have done in digital work-based learning project. I consider myself lucky to be in a small part of this project, and also I would like to thank you for giving me the chance to today to talk about AI and how we can refine it as VET teachers, as vocational school teachers. So I believe every one of you have probably attended at least one presentation, webinar, speech about AI. Yes? If you have, could you please raise your hand or, do a reaction? Perfect. Yeah. So I am right to assume that everyone here has at least some knowledge about AI. So I'm going to skip the basics. And right now I'm sharing my screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Okay, perfect. Of course, before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ümit. I am from Turkey. I have been working with Diana and Jovita and my other colleagues from Panavegio Collegia for the past 5 years. And for the last 10 years, I think I've been doing research in educational technologies. So whenever there is a new digital tool, new digital platform we can use in education, I was always very interested, and I tried to do some research about it, did some papers, and finally this last year I was lucky to finish my PhD, focusing on gamification in education. But as you know, AI for the past 2 years I just jumped into our lives, and everything has been about AI since then. And so as an educational technologist, that's what I like to call myself. Of course, I was also very interested. It was very exciting for everyone else, all the teachers, all the students. So we've been doing a lot of things with AI. And today, after this short introduction, I will just a bit talk about the AI journey. Actually, rather than the journey, I would like to show you the point that it has reached. So where is it now? And we will talk about just a little bit, just to remind you. I'm sure some of you already know lots of things about AI, and some of you are just familiar with it. So bear with me if you are already familiar with the tools and functions that I'm talking about today. And then, of course, as in every digital platform, digital tool, there are some problems with AI too. We will focus on these problems and try to understand the logic of fine-tuning AI. So before I explain how we can fine-tune the AIs, I think we should focus on why we need it. And that's very closely related to the problems. So we will look at the problems and we'll try to understand the logic. I will actually try to show you some options, and it will very much depend on your skills, on your knowledge on AI to choose which fine-tuning option you're going to use or need. And then I will show you some of the AIs, some of the GPTs that I have created for my work, for my classes, just to show you how a fine-tuned AI works. And then, of course, I will tell you step by step how to create your own AI. If everything sounds fine, shall we get started? Okay, perfect. So talking about the AI journey, I said, okay, why do I have to do it myself? I will just let AI talk about its own journey to you. So I just made this video, I think, less than 7 minutes. It's because of AI. It makes our lives easier. You can create the content easily. So AI journey by AI. Right. So everything in this video is created by AI. The speech, the sound, the images or the videos, as you can tell, there are it's not 100% consistency, but the fact that I was able to make this happen under 7 minutes, it's amazing. So this is kind of showing us where AI has came today. And let's keep reading, keep learning about AI using another tool.
Sorry, but we cannot listen. There is no audio.
Okay, no audio. I think I will share the sound. And were you able to listen to the first one?
No.
No?
Artificial
No.
intelligence,
Now,
or
yes.
AI.
Can you hear it now? Okay, perfect.
It works now. Thank you.
Daniela, thank you very much for pointing that out.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, has come a long way since its early beginnings. It all started in the 1950s when scientists dreamed of creating machines that could think like humans. At first, AI systems were basic, solving simple problems. Over time, as computers became more powerful, AI started learning from data, leading to more complex applications.
Okay, the sound is quite impressive, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most beautiful things because I always hated my voice. Doing presentations, doing some speeches. Now you can choose this fancy sounds and you just provide some script and there you go. You have a perfectly presentable sound. Let's listen to the rest of the journey.
Today, AI is used everywhere. From voice assistants like Siri and Alexa that understand and respond to our questions, to self-driving cars that navigate roads safely. AI also helps businesses make smarter decisions, improves healthcare by diagnosing diseases faster, and personalizes our online experiences, like recommending what movies to watch or products to buy. In short, AI has become an essential tool in our everyday lives.
Yeah, this actually points out how it can be very useful. And it doesn't matter what work you're doing. You could just be at home and you need something for dinner and you just write down some ingredients and say, what can I cook with this? It's just as simple as that. And on the other hand, it goes all the way to detailed data analysis, creating digital media. So the range of what you can do with AI is incredible. And this video here, if I'm not sure if you can see the whole thing, this is me just typing something about vocational school teachers, and in less than a second, as I keep writing, it creates the image that I want. So when I say with teachers, it will add teachers and students examining a diesel engine. Yeah, so media creation is good. And you could see that that was a robotic kind of thing talking. You can, of course, create a lot of different things. But how human can it be? That's a question that many people have. Can you make it very similar to human, or is that not something we want? Do we want it to be robotic, or we want it to be realistic? Here are some things, some content that I prepared for another project. The language is Turkish, but I just want you to pay attention to the precise of it. Nothing here is created by me, not the text, not the audio. Even this person is AI created, and even the subtitles are made with the AI.
Günlük hayatta İngilizce konuşmaya hazır mısın? Hadi en sık karşılaştığın diyalogları birlikte öğrenelim.
Anneler, babalar, çocuğunuz ana dili gibi İngilizce konuşsun istiyorsunuz ama kelime ezberlemekten öteye geçemediniz mi? İşte size çocuğunuzu konuşturacak bazı öneriler.
Okay, so just to show you some examples, you can make it, let's say, something that is beyond imagination. You can be creative with AI, or you can, if you want, you can just make it like human. So what we do today with AI, we create text, of course, that's the basic. And then we have the image, videos, very different media. And then we create sound, which is just like real people. We can automatically create presentations. In seconds, or in less than a minute, we can create subtitles for our videos. I have used this feature and I love it because months of work can be done in 2 hours with the data analysis with AI. And of course, in medical sector, there are lots of people using it for diagnosis. But as we are here today to learn about how to fine-tune the AIs. Why? Because there are some problems with this beautiful digital tool. What's the problem? As you know, the main artificial intelligence that everyone has been using is ChatGPT. It's text-based. And what it does, it has a lot of information. And when they have a lot of information, sometimes it's too general. So you ask about diesel engines, let's say, it gives you a comprehensive information about the diesel engine. But as Ivana pointed out, our profile, she showed us three, it was a really good example. We have different profiles. So one teacher, 42 years old, another one very young, and their needs, their interest is very different from each other. So if you're providing something too general, it doesn't apply to every audience. And then sometimes it's too much information. Sometimes it's too less information. Sometimes it's wrong information, especially when you're trying to build up something academic. Then this wrong information could lead to a lot of problems because it also brings in the ethical considerations. So if you're not an expert in the field, then the wrong information you will not be able to detect. And that's, again, another problem. Sometimes it's missing the point. So you want one thing, but since there's a lot of information, it just diverts the channel to somewhere else. And one of the most important problems is consistency, which it doesn't have. So you ask the same question in different times, and it gives the different answers, but we kind of need some consistency. So the solution for that is fine-tuning AI. Now, I wanted to show you a metaphor to understand the logic of this. So, as you know, AI is based on language models, and these language models mean there is a big data of information. It's a big ocean, and there is just a lot of creatures, a lot of fish, a lot of information in it. And if you want to find a specific fish, it's kind of going to be very difficult because, come on, man, this hook might not work. You have to fine-tune your hook. You have to limit the number of the information in the sea and the direction of, the hook. So there are a lot of variables. And if all of this is not happening, then the possibility of you catching the right information from that vast sea with lots of fish and other creatures, it's going to be low. So what we do, we just simply set some barriers, like an aquarium. And within that aquarium, within these barriers, we just put only one kind of fish, which we like, which we want to have, or we want our students to have. And we'll limit the number of different hooks or prompts, let's say, or the conversation starters, as we will see in a second. So everything becomes much more simple. All clear so far?
Yes. So
Okay,
we are waiting for the instruments and tools, how to get from the ocean into the aquarium.
perfect. Okay, so what are the options? We have, right now, as far as I know, we have three options. We have the advanced AI modeling, we have third-party chatbots, and we have fine-tuning GPTs. I will just quickly show you what I mean by each one of those without generating any confusion. So here, Hugging Face is one of the most famous model creators. And if you click models here, you will see that there are a lot of different models: image, text to text, visual question answering, depth estimation, which I have no idea what it means, image to text, etc., etc. And when you just filter, you will see there are a lot of language models created. Now, I'm sure you look at this and you understand nothing. And it's the same for me, yes. So bootstrapping language image pre-training for unified vision language understanding and generation doesn't mean anything for me too. So no worries, okay? So this option only applies if you are great at coding, if you know exactly what you're doing, if you have detailed knowledge about language modeling and GPTs, then you can prefer it. The other option, actually this is the third option, it's chatbots, which you can very quickly connect your website or connect one document, and then it answers the questions based on the document you uploaded. But as you can see, these chatbots, there are many of them, like hundreds. They are also based on ChatGPT or other language models. So if we can use ChatGPT, why bother using a third party? So today, my option is going to be fine-tuning. So I'm going to show you that. And let me show you how fine-tuned AI works. So let's go to ChatGPT. And here, I think you will remember from Ivana's presentation, it was great that she explained digital work-based learning projects from the beginning to the end, what they have done. So it's making my job easier. Otherwise, I will just quickly be talking about it. So you can see I have some GPTs here. I have created one GPT for digital work-based learning. And this is only specific to my unit, which was about, Ivana talked about 6 units, 6 modules of training, and I was lucky to be part of it, and I prepared the content creation and sharing model. So this is the general one. If you just go to ChatGPT and ask what is content creation, it will give you a very general information. It's not specific to educators. It's not specific to your work. But when I ask the same question to content creation, work-based learning assistant, which I have fine-tuned for my module, what is content creation? It gives me exactly what I need. Designing, developing, creating, curating, and producing educational materials. I never said anything about education because I didn't need to, because I already trained this. And all the information I provided from the module sets that. So it gives me the key aspects of content creation based on the information I provided in the module. And then when I ask for content creation tools, which I talked about in the module, here, content creation tools, again, too general, too many of them, and we're not sure if it's going to be useful for teachers. But when I ask it here, content creation tools, it starts with the presentation tools, which is #1 thing that teachers use. Video creation tools, it's not too general. There are not as many of them as in the general chat. Interactive content tools, which is perfect for teachers. And then again, we talked about this in digital work-based learning module. And then let me show you another one. There is this academic speaking course that I'm giving. And I created this chat for my participants, for my students. So I share this with my students and I upload all the course material, course map, anything that is related to this topic, and the weekly homework, the weekly vocabulary, etc., etc. So when my students ask, who's my teacher? Your teacher is this person. Where are the classes? It's at the School of Foreign Languages behind the supermarket. Okay, perfect. What's my first class about? You see, after I upload the basic information, then I don't have to do anything. Everything is here. And then if the student wants to prepare for the task, it gives the homework. And I also did some setup to give them feedback. The language is academic. If they try to ask something in Turkish, then it will not answer because I set it up to English only. So it works perfect. And moving on, to the vet teacher assistant. And the vet teacher assistant, I created one, but I'm not a vet teacher. So I kind of did something that I believed would be useful. There are some conversation starters here. For example, if they ask, what will we cover in week 5? Goes to the course map and energy use in textile manufacturing. Okay, so let me show you what this GPT is about. It is for Pankow Technical School, and the class is energy use in textile production, and we have a course map. We have tests for every unit. So all this information is uploaded, and it gives as the student or the teacher ask for it. So let me show you how I created this. You are on ChatGPT. You go to My GPTs here on your profile. By the way, yes, I'm using the what is it called? The paid subscription in ChatGPT. It's the most well spent money for me. It's, you know, compared to all the Netflix and internet. So, but this also comes with the free version. You cannot just use it. You cannot share it with others. And of course, there are some limits, but everything is possible. So when I come here, I say, create a GPT, and it goes to this screen. In the structure part, you give your assistant a name, your GPT a name, and then you explain what it does. And then you give some detailed things. For example, here, I said, this is the book, and I uploaded the book here, a course book. And I said, every information you're giving should be based on this book. So there is no chance it's going to be wrong information, because I provided the course book and only the information from the course book will be given. And when I also gave a lot of other instructions. For example, when I asked for tasks, create a task based on Bloom's taxonomy. So it, you know, gives in different levels of cognitive learning. And then I added some conversation starters. For example, what we will cover in week 5. Can you provide a quiz for week 3? What's the final project requirement? And then as we have some documents, we upload it here. And our assistant is going to be on the right side, so you can test it out as you are constructing it. And then you come back here. Now that you have some documents uploaded, you can, yes, premium. You can create some other information. For example, you can say, create a pacing with dates based on the book. Start date is 18th of October. So there's one very important thing I want to mention here. That's why I'm creating this. After you provide this, the information on this chat does not stay. So what you need to do, you copy this, you create it as a document, as a PDF or Word document, and you go back to the structuring and you edit here. And after that, it stays. But the things you talk in this chat will disappear, and your vet assistant will not remember this. But if you put it in a document, so it's like the saying, the words fly, but the script stays. I don't know if you have such a word, but it's a Turkish proverb. So anyway, after you have done this, based on your needs, based on the things that your students, your teachers need, then you can try out the teacher assistant. You can even ask, what is for lunch on Monday, if that is what your students need. And think we're gonna be hungry on, oh, okay, no, there is food on, yeah. Why? Because we have provided, because I thought, okay, maybe our students will be more interested in learning the lunch than the content of the class. So you update it, and the information that your students need, it's going to depend very much on how you structure your class, what's the expectation of your school, etc., etc. And I'm just going to show you one final thing. So, what are the steps doing this? The first thing, we need to decide who is going to use the chat. Are you just doing it for yourself so that you can keep track of your students? Because you can also upload all the student information and everything. Or is it going to be for you and your students as shared collaborative work platform? Or is it going to be the whole school or just your colleagues? So after you decide on that, you gather all the documents, the course books, the pacing, the course map, syllabus, or if you have any lesson plans, you gather all of these. If not, you can create it on ChatGPT again and then turn it into documents. And then with the split screen that I just showed, you start refining until it's perfectly aligned with your needs, until you say, okay, this is what I want. And you keep trying, keep testing the chatbot. And then finally, you can add some conversation starters to just to give your students or your audience an idea how this thing works or what they can ask if they're not sure about it. So basically, this is what I can share with you today. I know I did a lot of talking, I guess, and I hope you're still with me. You can access this presentation by scanning this QR code, and if you have any questions, I would be happy. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, Umit, for this experience. I would call it not a presentation, but maybe a class experience. You know, I always wonder in these cases, won't humans lose their intellectual capacities while using this kind of tools like GPTs? Because, and the second one, I'm sorry for this was the second stupid question, but how students reach this content that you create? So how this system works?
Let me quickly show that too. So after update, it's just a button here. So you can choose only me. You can publish it on the GPT store, or you can just anyone with the link. And then you copy the link and you share it with anyone.
So I'm sorry if